What's going on, everybody? I'm Silvio Perez. I'm the founder of AdConversion. We teach B2B marketers how to scale paid ads with free advertising courses taught by the world's best practitioners. And in this video, I want to talk to you about my go-to top 10 LinkedIn ad retargeting segments that you should use if you want to really expand your reach, scale your retargeting campaigns, and ultimately reach your users from every possible angle. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, in no order of priority, these top 10 all matter. And by the way, this video is part of a multi-part series on building a multi-channel B2B retargeting strategy. So this document that you see me sharing you right now, it's going to be in the description box down below. You can check out this article. But essentially, these are the top segments that we want to build. So we've got all website visitors. This is anyone that has visited your website. But one important thing that I want to emphasize with these different segments is we want to break them out based on time frame. So a common trap is you don't segment your timeframes, and not all timeframes perform equally. Sometimes 30-day audiences will perform better than 90 versus 180. And then by segmenting your timeframes, it also allows you a little bit more flexibility to then tailor the creative and the messaging that you're going to run to those different cohorts of time, which we cover in detail in this article. And we've got more videos that you can follow along with in this playlist where I'll expand on this topic. But as far as your top segments to use, like I mentioned, website visitors, anyone that's visited your website, all company page visitors, anyone that's visited your LinkedIn company page, all document interactions, anyone that has interacted with your document ads if you've ran any, all past event attendees, if you've ran any LinkedIn events, you can create audiences off of that, all lead gen form opens and submits, all single image ad interactions, anyone that's engaged with your ads, all 25 to 97% video viewers. If you don't have a lot of video view completions, you can lean on 25% versus 90. All pricing, demo, trial, and case study bouncers. So anyone that's visited your high intent pages and they left. So anyone that's visited your demo page and they didn't convert, anyone that visited your free trial page and they didn't convert. This is an opportunity for you to create a very specific audience of these individuals over the last 30 days and then set up a unique campaign, almost like you can think of it as e-commerce and abandoned cart, where now you're setting up a unique individual campaign with personalized creative, trying to get that person back so that they complete that thing that you want them to do, whether it's filling out a demo form or sign up for a free trial or any other type of offer that you're trying to push. The next really important segment is all meeting no-shows. So these are people who express interest. We want to get them back. They didn't show up for the meeting for whatever reason. Life gets busy. Can we create a campaign, assuming we have enough contacts, to then create this unique retargeting campaign and get those individuals back into our pipeline? And then last but not least is all closed lost opportunities. So any contacts from deals that you lost in the last 90 or 180 days, let's build that as an audience and then try to get in front of those individuals as well. So the few things that I want to stress here is you don't have to have every single one of these LinkedIn retargeting segments. Depending on how much activity you have with your LinkedIn page, with your website, how old your pixel is, how long it's been installed, all these things is going to basically define how much flexibility you have for retargeting. Let's assume the worst case scenario. You are a brand new startup. You're like me right now. AdConversion, we're relatively new. We're new in the market. We're getting our name out there. Our pixel hasn't been on our website for a very long time. We're basically starting from zero. So in my case, I can't build all these 10 segments. I just don't have it. I've never ran events on LinkedIn yet. We don't have any single image ad interactions. We haven't even launched our first ad yet. So all I can do for right now is install the pixel, let it build over time. I've already built my company page. I'm working on building the traction on our company page so we get more viewers and followers. And I will build these segments so that they populate. So then when they're over the minimum of 300 that LinkedIn requires, I can then start to deploy retargeting campaigns against them. And in my case, I won't be able to segment it by 30, 90, or 180 days. I might just have to settle for 90 days, the maximum time frame I can get, maybe even 180 initially, because I don't have the flexibility of audience size. So if you don't have the flexibility of audience size, just use what you've got and then expand over time as you have more activity and more awareness in the market. Another way to expedite your reach is to start to get more aggressive in terms of your marketing, right? If you start to get more people to your website, more people to your company page, you start to promote ads and you start to advertise, that's going to allow you to build your retargeting audiences a lot faster. So I want to go ahead and hop into the LinkedIn Ads Manager and show you how you could actually build out some of these segments and what it would look like. I'm going to navigate here into my LinkedIn Ads account. We're going to go to the plan section, audiences, and let's show you what it would look like. So it would look like something like this, where you'll create one unique remarketing segment by time frame. You can see I've got one for company visits, one for web visits. This is something that I actually created a while back and I just never really got around to using. The audience is already archived. To start fresh, I want to go through each one of these available options and I want to build the options that I have at my disposal. So let's start off with website visits. So I like to have consistent naming conventions. It just makes your life way easier later on when you're trying to find your audiences. So I always put remarketing in brackets and then I put the name of the segment. So in this case, it's going to be web visits. And then I put the time frame in parentheses. So let's say 180 days, right? And then I'm going to switch this to 180 days. And then in this case, anyone that has been to my website, let's grab that URL. Anyone that's been to my website, so contains adconversion.com, I'm going to go ahead and agree and create. And now this is going to start to populate. And then within 24 to 48 hours, we will have an audience size, hopefully, if we have enough traction. That is that. We're going to do that for each one of these. So I will build 3 variations of that website visitor segment, assuming you have the size, right? So some of our clients that we work with some pretty big SaaS brands that get tons of traffic, and they have that luxury of being able to create all these different cohort segments. Other brands that we work with that are more up and coming, they don't have as much traction yet. So we just stick to one segment of time. But essentially, you're going to create this segment 3 times over if you have the flexibility. And you'll just go down the list and choose the ones that are the most applicable and relevant for you. So the next one, for example, could be company page visits. So you'd come here, create company page, remarketing, and then I would say company visits, 180 days as an example. Anybody that visited my page in the last 180 days, agree and create. And you can see we don't have as much, but hey, it's over that minimum threshold of 300. We could actually start to use this and deploy against it. I'm actually going to create this. That is pretty much it. I hope this video was valuable and it gives you a little bit of a cheat sheet that you can use as a starting point so you can see all of the different segments that you can leverage in terms of retargeting. You don't want to just rely on one segment. Most people, what they do is they just rely on website visitors. And it's a real shame because you have all these additional segments at your disposal where you can scale your audience size. One last caveat I want to close out with here is when you build your campaigns and you use these segments, make sure that you're not using the condition of and, where someone must have visited their website and visited your company page in order for them to be a part of your audience. Instead, you want to use or. So anyone that visited your website, anyone that visited your company page, anyone that interacted with your document ads, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. What this is going to do is it's going to scale your audience size. So maybe with just website visitors, you're only eligible for 1,000 people. When you create all these additional segments and then you add it in there as an or, now maybe you go from 1,000 to 10,000 to 100,000, depending on the activity you have. And now you have more flexibility where you can also layer in job functions or job titles or seniorities, depending on how big the audience pool is, so that you can get even more quality out of your retargeting campaigns. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below. And again, this video is part of a multi-part series on building a B2B retargeting strategy. So if you want access to this article where I list everything out, or you want to watch more videos on this topic, then check out the playlist and the next video coming up. I'll see you in the next one.